It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on this beautiful Monday morning. I'm Tamika Cartwright, and I'm so glad that you decided to join us this morning. This morning, we have some sad news in-house. Unfortunately, Mark Daniel's father passed away on the weekend, so we want to send our heartfelt condolences to him. That's coming out from the Albury family, as well as your family here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Heartfelt condolences to you, Mark, as well as your brother, Gino, and your mother, Lenora. We are in studio. Your thoughts and prayers are with you. We are definitely keeping you in mind during this difficult time. We've got our TCL groups is going to be inviting you to the Exuma Business Outlook that's taking place on October 16th, right over there at the Grand Isles Resort. Registration is $100 in person, $90 for students, and $50 for virtual. For more information, please visit us at tclevents.com or call us at 322-1000. We've got a great show for you today. We've got an exciting show because the Director of Education is here to close out our focus on education. We'll also be talking about World Mental Health Day, and we'll also be talking with the Jeannie Dean Cancer Support Group. In addition to that, C.W. Sawyer is celebrating 50 years, and we'll be talking about all of their wonderful upcoming events. And we're going to be talking about BTVI's recent accreditation. So many exciting things, but before we get to our guests, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tammy. Good morning, Bahama. And I too like to extend my condolences to the Daniel family, my good buddy Mark and his mother and his brothers and sisters this morning. It's a sad day for us here at Bahamas at Sunrise. But we are keeping your prayers for peace and comfort at this time. In weather today, frontal boundary across the northwest Bahamas is going to trigger off some variable cloudiness with some pockets of showers and some isolated thunderstorms through the next couple of days. And so for the most part today, we're looking at variable cloudiness, a little breezy over the extreme northwest Bahamas, and there's a 30% chance of some showers like thunderstorms, your high temperature reaching 89. Tonight, we can look at partly cloudy skies. There are 20% chance of your nighttime showers, maybe a thunderstorm popping up. You look going down to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And the some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 88 and 79. In Jamaica, 88 and 77. In Trinidad, 1974, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, 91 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta, 78 and 64. In Boston, 78 and 58. In Miami, 88 and 77. Dallas, Texas, 91 and 68. And Toronto, Canada, 76 and 61. As you go through the week, that weak frontal boundary stalled, and so you're going to expect some cloudiness through Thursday with some showers and thunderstorms. Luckily, some improvement coming this weekend. For the most part, those temperatures daytime will be in the upper 80s, at night time in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tammy.
Welcome back. October 10th is World Mental Health Day, and joining us are Kenita Saunders-Kemp and Christina Johnson from the Mental Health Programming Unit. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so we've got World Mental Health Day. Why don't we start with you? Just tell us, what is World Mental Health Day?
So World Mental Health Day is it's usually a world observation day from the World Health Organization in collaboration with PAHO. So it's to commemorate the importance of mental health throughout the world, and we want to do it specifically for the Bahamas as well, because mental health is important. So we always want to do something on that day.
Okay, and I'm finding that we're hearing more and more about mental health nowadays, right? Why do you think that is?
Well, specifically for the Bahamas, I mean, we had two catastrophes back to back. We would have had Hurricane Dorian in September 2019, and then we would have had the COVID-19 pandemic right in March 2020. So within those 6 months, we had two events that really put a strain on the mental health of the Bahamian people. And so I think that after that, it was very hard to ignore something that we usually traditionally ignored as a culture, which was mental health. We did not put importance on it. But after those two events, it was a little hard not to, and so I think that's why we're talking about it more, bringing more awareness to it, and really treating it with the same respect that it deserves.
Okay, and what are you finding? I mean, in your position, what are you finding when people come to you? What are some of the issues that they are expressing or sharing as it relates to mental health?
So in our role at the ministry, we do not do clinical services. We partner with organizations like the Bahamas Psychological Association to provide those clinical services. So nobody is really coming to us specifically, but just generally, things that we do see are increased anxiety. After extreme weather events, there would be post-traumatic stress symptoms and depression as well.
Okay, all right. And what are some of the initiatives being planned surrounding World Mental Health Day?
So World Mental Health Day will be observed on Friday, October 10th. So we now are having a beautiful symposium in collaboration with the Bahamas Psychological Association. We will be having PAHO and also Public Hospitals Authority, PHA. Yes.
Okay,
so
right.
we're looking forward to it. And this year's theme will be, okay, I can't remember. So, okay. yeah, so forgive me. So I know it's catastrophes, so talking about mental health in a time of crisis.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. And who can come to this event?
It is open to the public.
All right, so just tell us, where is it happening? And just remind us of the times.
Okay, so it will be happening on Friday, October 10th, Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church at 10 to 2 p.m.
Okay, and what are people going to be able to get from this event?
Yes, so we have a range of speakers. The theme is access to services in crisis, catastrophes, and emergencies. And so we also want to remind the public that these crises and catastrophes are not just the extreme weather events that we're accustomed to, like hurricanes, the wildfires that have been happening as well, but it's also things like pandemics. And so it's really widespread. It's a broad theme, which is really positive. It's going to be all-encompassing. So we'll have dynamic speakers, we have some panels, and lunch will also be served. So please come out. We'd love to have anybody who is interested and willing to support.
Okay, you know, in years, like I guess we could say, years and years ago, there was like a stigma surrounding mental health, right?
Yeah.
You were always, it was almost like you were seen as if you were crazy, if you even spoke about mental health. So people are becoming a bit more aware, a bit more open-minded about it as well, right?
Yes.
So, for people that may still have a little bit of that stigma, what do you want to say to them to encourage them to come out?
So I'd like to say that everybody has challenges. You're not alone, and don't ever think that you are alone. So we will have resources where people could call in. We have helplines. We have free clinics available. So we just want to encourage the community. You're not alone, and we hear you and we see you.
Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the contact information for people that may want to reach out to you?
So I'll just direct them to the Bahamas Psychological Association page. So they have a numbers, the resources that you can always share, and also our Facebook page, Mental Health Programming Unit as well, where you can find the registration link as well.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else that you want the public to know about mental health and this event in particular?
Absolutely. Mental health is so important. It is a pillar of our overall health. And so to be able to treat it as such importance, I love having a World Mental Health Day where we can bring that awareness and just raise conversation, because stigma only stops when we start talking. And so when we're able to have open, honest, and compassionate conversations about mental health, we all benefit.
Yeah, and we're finding too that, you know, it's prevalent in our young people as well, right? I mean, globally. So what advice or what message can we send to them about mental health?
Absolutely. So young people do struggle as well. A lot of people think, I mean, our culture is definitely big on this. You're young. What do you know? What do you have to be sad about?
Right.
But at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have emotions, and children and youth are not exempt from that either. So I think that our youth are in a position where they can really take advantage of the wealth of knowledge that they just inherently have coming up in this space. And so to be able to have peers who are supportive, band together, support each other, and just know, like my colleague said, you're never alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remind us again, just before we close, when is the event, who can come, what's the time, and what's the contact information?
Okay, so this Friday, October 10th, 2025, the hours are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church, 5th Terrace, Collins Avenue.
Okay, and for
and
more
it's free to
information,
the public.
Free to the public. That's
Yes.
always a good thing
Free
too.
and open to the public.
Okay, and just
Yes.
give us those contact information again.
So you can use on the Bahamas Psychological Association page, the registration link, and also the Mental Health Programming Unit page as well for the registration link.
Okay,
Yes.
and any final words you want to leave with our viewers today?
Sure. Happy World Mental Health Awareness Month. Happy soon to be World Mental Health Day, and we hope to see you at the event.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's been such a pleasure having you on, ladies. Thank you for all the work that you're doing as well.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for having us.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together, or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Hurricane preparedness is important, and it's easy to get stressed and anxious. The Bahamas Psychological Association is here to remind you it's okay to feel that way, and to take a moment for yourself and to do what it takes to put your mind at ease. Play games, cook your favorite meal, exercise. And if it helps, reach out to family and friends. It will make a difference. This is a message brought to you by the Bahamas Psychological Association.
Exuma Business Outlook is coming up on Thursday, October 16th at Grand Isle Resort. Join us as we discuss the theme, Prioritizing Inclusive Sustainable Growth. Keynote speaker, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, We'll be joined by the Honorable Clay Sweeting and a diverse slate of presenters who will address issues impacting tourism, business, infrastructure, and more. Don't miss this networking opportunity. Register now at tclevents.com.
Welcome back. BTVI has made history as the first and only fully COE accredited institution in the Bahamas. And joining us to share more about this milestone are BTVI President Dr. Linda A. Davis and Accreditation Liaison Officer Dr. Dorcas Cox. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning and thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Well, let me be the first to say congratulations on the set to you all. I know the work that goes into an accreditation, so awesome, awesome job, ladies.
Thank
so
you.
let's just get started. Why is the international accreditation important and what does this mean for BTVI? We'll start with you, Ms. Dr. Davis.
Okay, well, thank you first of all again for having us. The accreditation is a milestone not only in terms of the institutional advancement, but also nationally and I dare say regionally, because we are the only institution in the region with this designation. The Council for Occupational Education is an accrediting agency that is headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, and it has some 500 institutions accredited with them. What it brings for BTVI is the currency in terms of our credentialing, the currency in terms of our operations, and it allows us to benchmark our institution with respect to the other entities in the technical and vocational space.
All right. And as the president of BTVI, what is your role in that accreditation process?
Oh, I just support all the persons who do the work in the background.
But that's important, right?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. The work of accreditation, as you would know, is work that has to happen at the grassroots. And so with our 7 locations, it meant trying to coordinate efforts across those 7 locations and 10 standards, some 100 criteria.
Okay.
And so it really took the effort of a team to get this done.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what does accreditation mean specifically for the students and the future of the graduates?
I think accreditation gives a different level of brand excellence. It's an indication of quality, and for employers particularly, because our students mostly go on to occupational employment, it gives our employers the confidence to know that the product, i.e. what that student is bringing, the knowledge, the skill, the competencies, experience, can translate into work performance excellence, which is what we're really preparing our students for.
Absolutely. And as the accreditation liaison officer, what's your role in that process?
Well, my role in the process was to support the school with getting ready.
Yes.
And then the role now in terms of preparing for reaffirmation is to make sure that we have the systems, the processes, the tools in place, and that there is strict adherence to that, and to make sure that at the end of the day, people have now integrated these processes into their day-to-day activity. So it's not a separate thing, but it's just continuously the way we do what we do to enhance our work and do a job that's getting better over time.
Absolutely. And with accreditations, normally the evaluators come back every few years, right? So when are they back again? Because I mean, the work continues.
Oh, the work continues, absolutely. You know, the road to getting it was intense. But maintaining that accreditation, it will be as intense, if not even more intense. And so we've gotten the accreditation for 4 years.
Okay.
And so we must submit, as Dr. Cox has indicated, on an annual basis, proof that we are doing what we say we are doing. So accreditation is not about somebody putting something on you to do, but you actually establish within the context of your institution or your network what it is that you are doing to ensure the quality. And so each year we now must give proof give reports that we are, in fact, meeting those standards, meeting those benchmarks. And so we have an annual report coming up very, very soon. And then at the end of the year, we pull that together. And then each year for the next 4 years, we must do the same thing, after which they actually come back and descend upon us and do a full visit all over again for reaffirmation.
Absolutely. And you mentioned that, I mean, BTVI is not just here. It's in seven other islands, you mentioned?
Yes, we have 7 locations.
Wow, so I can only imagine the logistics involved in that. Was that one of the most challenging aspects of this, or were there other challenges?
Well, I think as challenging perhaps once they got on the ground, but making sure that everyone in the 7 locations, that's New Providence, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, Abaco, Exuma, North Andros, and Moores Island, we had to make sure that everybody was kind of coalescing, everyone was pulling together on the same page, and then to, as you've indicated, to mount the visits once they were on the ground. 14 of them came. Right. 14 of them came to visit.
The whole army.
Yes. And they divided and conquered.
Oh my goodness. For people that are watching that may not know what happens at BTVI, what are some of the courses? What can people expect from BTVI?
Well, BTVI is the technical and vocational institution, national technical and vocational institution of the country. And we offer trades courses. We, as Dr. Cox indicated, focus on practical, focus on trades, focus on workforce development. And so those trades are found in business, IT, electronics and media, beauty trades, fashion trades, and of course, the construction and mechanical trades. For now. But who knows what else can be added.
Right, and this is affordable education as well, right?
Absolutely. Yes. We are part of the government tuition waiver program, and so anyone who wants to follow their passion, wants to get a trade, can do so through BTVI and be supported through tuition free.
So tell us, how can people contact you if they want to enroll at the school?
Dr. Davis?
Yes. Well, you know, our website is rebranded. We are, as we move in the next couple of months, we'll be engaging in a total rebrand exercise. But our website is very accessible, www.btvi.edu.bs, and they can find everything they need there.
Awesome, awesome. I mean, this is such exciting news. I could just imagine that the campus is buzzing, right, with excitement.
Yes? And in fact, you're quite right. We had a major press conference at the office of the Prime Minister over a week ago, and we took a whole team there. We descended upon the office, and really it was such enthusiasm, you know, a sense of accomplishment. And rightly so, because each person in that space and beyond really played an integral part in ensuring that we were able to achieve this milestone.
Right.
We're proud.
That's awesome. I mean, I think earlier in the year there was some protests, right? So the temperature wasn't as great earlier in the year.
You know,
Talk to us about that.
Without conflict, how do you advance?
Exactly.
And so I think particularly in an educational institution, that helps you to hone, that helps you to do even better.
Yes.
And so I think everyone is very proud of the accomplishment, and I think we're moving in the same direction.
Awesome. So what's next for BTVI?
Ooh, what's next
I mean,
for
this is
BTVI?
huge, but hey, we're just going to put it out there. What is next for BTVI?
You know, the Prime Minister has already signaled that there's a land grant for New Providence, and so you should be hearing more about the state-of-the-art campus that will be emerging out of the ground for New Providence.
That's so exciting. Anything else that you want people to know?
Well, I'm just very, very proud, excited, not just on behalf of our students, but staff, faculty, administration. And I just really want to say that the BTVI is different from the perception that might have been associated with it in the past.
Right.
And now we're looking at BTVI as a mark of quality. We came and we were assessed by our peers And it's exciting that your peers internationally can assess your institution and identify it as a mark of excellence and a thought leader in technical and vocational institute regionally and internationally, to be a part of a network. So just to say that the BTVI of the present has a brand and mark of quality that's associated with our accreditation, but also helps us to see that we are the best is yet to come.
Yeah, and that's so important. That is so important. So go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
One other thing I'd like to add is that we are also pursuing national accreditation through NACOB.
Okay,
And
tell us
so
about
that is an exercise that we are now readying ourselves for, and we are hoping that that will initiate in the coming months.
All right. So, I mean, you're just giving yourself more work, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And, you know, but that's educators, right?
Yes.
I know how we educators
Yes.
go. We just pile it on and pile it on. But if you just have to give us an elevator pitch, let us know BTVI. Why should people come to BTVI?
BTVI allows you to follow a passion. There are many persons who sometimes, having had a career, say, they say, well, this is something that I've always wanted to do. BTVI can do that. And for those persons who are coming out of high school, an interesting statistic is 70% of our high school leavers don't go to university or college. 70%, 70% either go directly into the workforce or follow a trade. We invite you to consider BTVI, which is now internationally accredited, to get that credential.
I love that. I love that. I mean, congratulations for all the work that you've been doing, the leadership as well for both of you, because I know it's not easy to get international accreditation.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The Your device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Hey family! Step into sophistication at Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. There you'll find a wide array of colorful, elegant fashion for ladies. Shop brand name clothing and shoes such as McDougall, Badgley Mishka, Sam Elderman, Jeffrey Campbell, and Jessica Simpson. We've got you covered for the office, date night, red carpet events, and more. Also check out our stunning accessories. That's Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
morning, everyone, and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise on this beautiful Monday morning. I'm so glad that you stuck with us. This is the Mid Show, and I'm Tamika Cartwright. I enjoyed my conversations this morning. We had Dr. Linda Davis and Dr. Cox from BTVI. They were here talking about their international accreditation. That is a difficult process to get the accreditation done, but they have done it, and BTVI is now internationally accredited, which is absolutely amazing. And also, we have the World Mental Health Day is coming up on October 10th, so be sure to check that out as well. We've got a great second half for you. We are going to be talking with the team from C.W. Saunders. They are here to talk about all their festivities happening for their 50th anniversary, and also we'll be hearing about or from the Jeannie Dean Foundation. But before all of that, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tammy, and good morning, Mohammed. Just a second look at weather, sunrise, the tropics, early morning, one system this morning. We do have an area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave, several hundred miles southwest of Cabo Verde Islands. System moving towards the west and has a 70% chance of development over the next 7 days. We're going to monitor this one very closely as it moves towards the west. Elsewhere, tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 7 days. On local scenes, stalled frontal boundary over the extreme northwest Bahamas, and that's going to support some cloudiness, showers, and thunderstorms over the next couple of days as it fizzles out probably by Thursday. And the weekend looks pretty good. In your marine forecast today, those winds easterly at 15-20 North Sea, 4 to 6 feet over the Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini area, light and variable, seas 1 to 3 feet elsewhere. On the Tuesday, they continue easterly at 10 to 15 North Sea, 2 to 4 feet Northwest Bahamas, light and variable, seas 1 to 3 feet over the remainder of the islands. And on Wednesday, the same, easterly 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a high tide in a few moments at 7:32. Next low tide will be at 1:52 this afternoon. High again this evening at 7:52. Sunset, 6:49 this evening, rising at 7:05. UV index 8, your water temperature 87 degrees Fahrenheit, and your moon phase, full moon. Your external look, stalled out frontal boundary, will support some cloudiness through Wednesday into Thursday with some showers, isolated thunderstorm, or some mainly during the afternoon hours. Temperature daytime will be around the upper 80s, at nighttime, mid to upper 70s. That put from your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tammy.
Thanks, Godfrey. This year marks the 50th anniversary of C.W. Sawyer Primary School, and today we're joined by Principal Ms. Tanya Farquharson, Anniversary Committee Chairperson Ms. Michelle Dames, Teacher Ms. Chantel Johnson, and Senior Mistress Tara DeVoe. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving the colors. Everybody all coordinated and beautiful this morning. So we are celebrating 50 years. We'll start with Principal. What does this mean for the school?
This is the Golden Jubilee. We are so excited about 50 years. Could you imagine 50 years of excellence? Excellence then, now, and always as we celebrate our 50th anniversary.
Absolutely. And just tell us a little bit about the school. Tell us about the school itself so that people can understand and get a sense for it.
Okay, let's talk about C.W. Sawyer. There is so much to say about C.W. Sawyer. We are in the Western New Providence District. We are ranking second in our district academically.
Awesome.
Yes, we have lots of accomplishments under our belt. We were first in written composition, we were first in computation, first in application, we have second in reading, and the list goes on and on and on. C.W. Sawyer is a school of choice.
Absolutely.
Yes, first choice. When we get our applications, it doesn't say we applied for this and got another school. No, they applied for C.W. Sawyer, which speaks volume. We are a school of choice.
Absolutely. That's so amazing. And let's just talk about that as a teacher. I mean, we've got awesome academic results. You're a teacher. What goes into making those results happen?
Well, we started a program about, let's say we started really fully into our reading program. This would be our third or fourth year. We started the best of the best. We call it the best of the best, where we try to pull from each teacher to really, really break down on using the reading program in the mornings. And we feel that once we are able to accomplish getting each and every child to be able to read, we feel that it will skip on into every other subject area. And I think that is what brought us now into second place again, like my principal said, in the Western District, because we are piping in that reading program. We're putting in everything that needs to be done. We are going above and beyond just to make sure that our children receive the best quality education that they possibly can here at the great C.W. Sawyer Primary School.
Oh, I love it all. The passion. I can feel the passion and energy coming from you. I want to talk to the senior mistress because, of course, leadership is important as well in making this happen. So let's just talk about your role at the school and why you're so proud.
Okay, so definitely my role is just simply to give support, like definitely give support to, I'm the supervisor for the lower floor, and like Ms. Johnson would have alluded to, we've been pushing the reading block. Our former VP, she was passionate about the literacy program, and so she encouraged us to get out of the office, to push the teachers, motivate them. Ms. Johnson would have spoke about the best of the best, and what we did with the best of the best was that we incentivized our teachers to buy into the reading block. Not only hear about it for years and years, but we want you to actually apply what we've been investing over the years into the teachers. And so our teachers would have been pushing the reading block, and we would have made certain if you met your reading goal, each teacher in that center would have received $100. And we've been meeting, let me tell you, they've been encouraged, they've been motivated, and they've been achieving those goals. And we make it our business to make certain that they're doing it on a daily basis.
I love that. What a great way to do it, though, right? That's absolutely awesome. So there's so much to celebrate. There's the academics, the teachers are doing well, the students are doing well. Ms. James, over to you, because I mean, it's now your task, right, to put on this celebration. So tell us what's planned.
Yeah, there are a number of activities planned. We kicked off in the month of June with a fun run walk, which was successful, but we were anticipating we would have had more persons involved in that. But there are a number of other events that are coming up. For example, we have our church service, ladies, assist.
On the 26th of this month.
Yes, Salem Baptist Church, Taylor Street. It starts at 10 a.m., so we're looking forward for all former administrators, students, former and present students, to be a part of that worship experience. From then on, we'll go on to our special assembly. Mr. Vo, you could highlight some.
Well, prior to special assembly on the November 7th, we're having back to C.W. Sawyer Day. And on that day, we're celebrating C.W. Sawyer. It's a T-shirt day with our 50th anniversary T-shirts. We're inviting all former students to come in, share about your career. What are you doing now? Come and read to the students. Even take over a class if you wish. But we're inviting you to come back into the halls of C.W. Sawyer, where you would have
time and resources. We're looking forward for you to be a part of that.
All right. So this is an appeal too to people, right?
Yes. And so after the back to C.W. Sawyer Day, we're going to have a grand celebration on the 27th of November, which is our special assembly. And again, we're inviting all persons who would have had a role in C.W. Sawyer from 1975 to now. You would have went to C.W. Sawyer. You're a parent of C.W. Sawyer. You would have taught the C.W. Sawyer. You're a former administrator. We're inviting you. Invitations will be going out. However, you are welcome to come and join us. We're going to put on a grand celebration, and it's going to be wonderful. We'll have an expo also where you're going to walk through history.
Yes.
Over the past 50 years. What have we been doing? How were things back then versus now? And it's going to be a wonderful celebration. And you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of the
I'm
celebration.
feeling energized already just hearing all about it. That's
and we know that there are some
absolutely
amazing students who would have passed through our halls.
Nationally and internationally.
Yes. Okay.
Students who would have gone through the halls of C.W. Sawyer have achieved so much in the world, and they're making their contribution, and we invite them too, even near or far, send in your contributions to make this anniversary a successful one.
Okay, all right. And you talked about this special event that's happening, the special assembly, the walkthrough. What else is going to be happening on that particular day?
But on that particular day, we'll also highlight some significant persons who would have made a huge impact or contribution to the school, whether it be a student, past administrator, former teacher. We're just going to highlight those persons just to make the community itself aware. We would also like to do a walkabout within the area to make persons, to come and be a part of this 50th, because even though like my senior mistress would have said, the church service is on the 26th, which is that Sunday, October 27th will be the actual anniversary date.
Okay.
So we want persons within the community who would have been a part of that school, we want them to come and be a part of something important. This is 50 years of excellence. This is our golden year, the golden jubilee. So we want to see persons within that community come on down, be a part of history. Because like I said, this is history in the making. I've been in this school for 20 years.
Oh wow, so you've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot, and I've seen growth in tremendous ways. It is awesome. It is really awesome. So if we could get persons to just come on down, and then we pay tribute or homage to those significant leaders that were in the school itself.
We are privileged to still have our first principal, Ms. Katrina Cartwright. She's still among us, along with other former administrators. And so we're inviting all of them to be a part of the celebration as well.
Okay, all right. And just tell us about the kids. What's the energy like at the school for the kids? I mean, celebrating 50 years, because it's like a birthday party, right?
It is.
Yeah. So what can you tell us about the energy of the kids?
Trust me, on a regular day, the energy level is high at C.W. Sawyer. Imagine now that we're celebrating the 50th, everyone is in tune, everyone is excited, everyone is practicing and getting ready for the events. The energy level is high.
Okay, and how are the students being involved in the program, in the anniversary programs and celebrations?
Well, usually with any special event, we get the, the feedback, and then also have participation from every grade level. So each grade level will be performing on that particular assembly day. They will be showcasing their talents, but it will be catered towards our anniversary.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. Anything else you want to share about the 50th anniversary?
Yes, come on down to C.W. Sawyer and be a part of what's going on. We'd love to have you. All those who would have passed through the halls of C.W. Sawyer, we're waiting to see you, and you.
Okay, that's right. And it's people that would have worked there, students, parents, everybody, right? It's open to everyone.
Everyone in the neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood.
Yes.
Just tell us, where is C.W. Sawyer, where's the school located for people that need to know?
Crown Drive, Yellow Elder. So it's right next to the government. I think it's Simonette Library.
GK
Simonette Library, yes.
So it's your community school. I am certain that most of Yellow Elder would have attended C.W. Sawyer before they entered the AFRD and GHS. And so it's the community school. And so we want everyone definitely to be a part of this grand celebration.
All right, so just tell us again, give us the dates again, and just tell us the events again before we close out.
Okay, so on the 7th of November, before the 7th of November, the 26th at Salem of October is our church service at 10 a.m. at Salem. On the 7th of November is back to C.W. Sawyer Day. And on the 27th of November is our grand celebration special assembly at C.W. Sawyer.
All right, awesome.
And you will see communications coming out as it relates to that.
I love that. And any final words from our principal? What do you want people to know?
We want you to know that C.W. Sawyer is excited and very welcoming. We are ready to see you. Please come on down and let's have a jubilant time. as we celebrate our 50th.
I love that. Well, congratulations to all
Thank
of
you.
you.
Yes,
ma'am.
Happy 50th, everybody.
All
Right? Lots to celebrate. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all the work that you're doing, especially with those programs that you spoke about.
Yes.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Be sure to check out all the events over at CW Saunders. We'll be right back. Sawyer! CW Sawyer. Let's get it right.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Hurricane preparedness is important, and it's easy to get stressed and anxious. The Bahamas Psychological Association is here to remind you it's okay to feel that way, and to take a moment for yourself and to do what it takes to put your mind at ease. Play games, cook your favorite meal, exercise. And if it helps, reach out to family and friends. It will make a difference. This is a message brought to you by the Bahamas Psychological Association.
Exuma Business Outlook is coming up on Thursday, October 16th at Grand Isle Resort. Join us as we discuss the theme, Prioritizing Inclusive Sustainable Growth. Keynote speaker, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, will be joined by the Honorable Clay Sweeting and a diverse slate of presenters who will address issues impacting tourism, business, infrastructure, and more. Don't miss this networking opportunity. Register now at tclevents.com.
Welcome back. Today we're highlighting the Jeannie Dean Caring and Sharing Cancer Support Group and the vital role it plays in supporting cancer patients, survivors, and their families. And with me now is Sabrina Davis. She's a breast cancer survivor and group member. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas
Good morning.
Sunrise.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So just tell us a little bit about your experience as a breast cancer survivor.
Okay. I'll start from my journey.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Well, every year I take my mammogram, which is very important. And for some reason, well, of course, during COVID, I could not take my have my mammograms done because of COVID. So I had my mammogram done in 2023, and from the results, well, my doctor called a week later. He called me with the results, and he asked, the usual questions: Are you home? Are you driving? Are you sitting down? Right then, I knew something wasn't right. So I told him I was at a business establishment, and I will call him when I get home. Of course, I left. I was 10 minutes away from home. I couldn't wait. I was anxious, so I called him whilst I was driving. And he told me that there's a little problem. And, he explained what my diagnosis were. And so I said, okay, what's next? I'm ready to get going. So he told me that he would put me in touch with oncologists, and I got the number for the oncologist, and he set up the appointment for me. I was able to see him a week later, and it was just to discuss my diagnosis and what type of treatments that I'm going to have. Well, I was ready. So we got started with the treatments. No, but we had to do a biopsy, and the biopsy would have, tell him exactly what type of treatment I need to have. So after they did that, I got started with my treatments. And first they told me that, okay, you would have 4 rounds of treatment, and it would be 1 every 3 weeks. Okay, that was fine. Thank God, no side effects. I went through it, And after that, I had my 3-month follow-up. So I was told, Ms. Davis, you have to have some more treatments. So I said, why? So she says, complete the course. So she said, oh, you're going to have 12 rounds, weekly rounds of treatment.
12 rounds
12
weekly?
more.
Wow.
Of course, I asked some questions, and I said, okay, when can we get started? So I went through the 12 rounds of the second treatment. Again, thank God, no side effects.
Right.
Yeah, so I decided at that point that I wanted to join a support group. And my sister, she suggested that one of the ladies in her church, she was a part of Jenny Dane. So I called her. Her name was Helen Forbes, very nice person. She went and she sent the application to me. I filled it out, and I went to the meetings, and the meetings were so informative, and the support is, it was phenomenal. And so we got along with, we went along with the different activities. And I'm telling you, DeQuesta Dean, she's the president of that group. She is something else. She keeps going and going and going. I don't know where she gets energy from.
She's amazing.
Yes, yes. So that was my, part in joining the Jenny Dean group.
Oh, right. So let's just talk about just the first time, when you heard the news for the first time, because I imagine that you were, you're fine before, you were getting your checkups like you said,
Yeah.
COVID happened and you just couldn't go out, Were you expecting that news at all?
Not at all, no. Because every year I do my mammogram, it's always, okay, you have no problems. But this time when he told me, I was not expecting it. Yeah. I guess I was a bit shocked, but it didn't bother me. It really didn't, I was a little anxious, but, I knew what I had to do. Right. And it was still in the early stages. So I was able to get it treated.
Right.
And that's so important, because a lot of people, they tend to hide their sickness, and, they don't want to discuss it. They sort of put it in the back and say, or try to treat it themselves. But I think you need to say something to somebody. Because when I found out, after I spoke with the doctor, the first person I called was my mom. I called my sister. I do not hide sickness. So, and some people think that, hiding sickness, or they don't want you to know their business.
Right.
But they don't have to worry with me. I can talk my business.
But it's also an opportunity to strengthen you too, right?
Yes.
When you've got that support
Yeah.
from other people and just keep you going. Because I can just hear, just from you, I can hear that there's that positive energy that's still there throughout the entire process.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So just tell us a little bit about, the treatment experience. What was that like?
Oh, well, I must say that the oncology nurses, they're great. The amount of people that comes in there, and they know everybody's name. When you go in there, they give you a hug, and and they set you up for the treatment. And the treatment it wasn't really, but because I was in early stages, my treatment wasn't as long. Because some women, they're in their treatment for 6 hours. My treatment was like an hour and a half.
And what takes place during the treatment? Like what actually happens?
Well, first of all, before you take the treatment the day before, you have to do blood tests to make sure that your cells, your white blood cells and everything is, within range.
And this is every time
Every
before
time.
treatment?
Wow. So when I did my 12-week treatment,
wow.
Every week I had to go and do blood tests.
Okay.
Yeah, so once that's finished, once you take your blood tests and everything is within range, they'll tell you. Now, if it's not in range, if your white blood cells are too low, they would call you that afternoon and say, okay, you can't take treatment. So, but once everything is in range, you go and you have your treatment done. You go in, and before you take your treatment, you have your vitals taken, just to make sure your blood pressure and everything is good.
Right.
And you sit in the, you have a seat, and they just administer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you get your pre-meds before for nausea, and then you get the treatment, and then afterwards they have to flush your port, because with cancer treatments you have to have a port inserted, and so they flush that and tell us next time.
Right. And you said for you there were no symptoms. You didn't have any bad feelings or anything after this.
Well, no. The only thing I can remember was the chemo fatigue.
Okay.
Now that fatigue is like none other. When you fatigue, you can go and you can rest and wake up, and that's fine. No, you can't. But it's like you have to experience it to know.
So it's almost like a physical shutdown.
Yeah, and people say, "Oh, get up and walk around," but you don't even have the energy to do that.
Get up, right?
Yeah.
And what does it do? Because we were just talking with the team about World Mental Health Day. What does that do for you mentally?
I don't know if it's a gift or a curse, but I block things out. For me, I guess I just, sort of block it. I know it's there, but I don't let it bother me.
Right.
I know I have to deal with it, but I don't let it bother me.
Yeah. And just tell us about the Jeannie Dean Foundation and how they supported you. Just tell us about how they kind of took you through that.
Okay, the Jeannie Dean, they have, like I said, the president, DeQuesta, she's really good. She has all this energy. She sort of touch everybody, and you would get a call from her, how you doing, and I guess with us all being women and going through the same thing, you share stories, and what I like about it is the fact that when we go there, they talk about their experience, their years of survival. So when you talk to them, and they're going to tell you, "Oh, I'm 25 years survival," and 20. It gives you hope. Yeah. It gives you hope, because you say, "Well, they can do it." Fight. It's a fight.
It is a fight.
And they say they were warriors because it's a battle.
Right.
And you have to fight.
Yeah. What advice would you want to share with other women out there?
Well, like I said, prevention is the cure, because if you can catch it early enough, and I think if it wasn't for COVID and I had done my mammogram, I would have caught this quite early. Yeah. It wasn't, it was still very early stage, but I probably could have caught it even earlier. Yeah. So prevention is definitely the best cure.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you for being so courageous and sharing your story as well. That's inspiring.
Yes, thank you. And also we have seminars coming up. Okay. We have one on October 15th, and then we also have one on the 18th. And they can visit our website for the information.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for being on and sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
That's going to do it here for us on Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Monday morning. We had a great show, so many festivities happening. Congratulations to those individuals over there at BTVI on their accreditation. We've got C.W. Sawyer that's celebrating their 50th anniversary. So many wonderful things happening over there at the school. Be sure to check them out. And you know what? So many people are going through so many things. We heard about the cancer survivor. You just don't know, right? So be sure to spread joy, spread love, give a hug, it's free, give a smile, that's also free, and make sure that you do something to make someone happy today. We'll see you all on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.